How are we doing? So, it's 2023. I've got my gym bag in front of me and some of the essentials that I use that aren't necessarily in the gym bag all the time. But I just wanted to run through my quick little setup and what I keep in my gym bag for the year of 2023, at least at the start, so we can see how it changes throughout the year or if stuff leaves or enters it based on the kind of training I'm doing. So, for a quick disclaimer and heads up, the primary type of training that I do is going to be powerlifting. I know that I have a lot of friends that do like functional fitness training, whether it be CrossFit, whether it be a lot of plyometrics and stuff like that. However, personally for me right now, I'm just enjoying powerlifting, and I have been for quite a while, so I'm just going to keep pushing it as it's something I would do. So if we go kind of chronologically in order, one of the first items that I don't necessarily keep in my bag all the time, but I do use quite often, is my Hyper Ice Volt Go 2, something like that. For most of the items that I talk about in here, I will link it through the description, probably through Amazon, or I will try and find some better prices and link that for you in case anyone wants to check it out. So I think that this aids, but is not essential to warming up for the gym, whether or not you have tight muscles or there's things that are feeling tight for that day, or that you just want to bring some extra blood flow in to help you feel better. Additionally, I think from a rehabilitation standpoint, after the gym, you can use this to help just with blood flow and help your recovery be somewhat better. But I'm not sure how much scientific literature is there. This is just from anecdotal findings from myself. Oh my god, I think I might be slightly losing my voice, or I'm kind of congested, so I do apologize. There might be some cuts for me to blow my nose. Alright, so going back into the theme of going somewhat chronologically ordered, at least at this point, we have my pre-workout of choice, which is V1 Nutra's V1 3.0. This one happens to be in dark berry, which was before they did the update. However, I also do have mango peach rings. I have blue raspberry on the way, and I believe that this is a great daily pre-workout, just kind of based on the ingredient profile, where there's not too much pump ingredients, but you do have things. So one of the great things about V1 Nutra is the fact that if we check the supplement facts over here, they have, if you go 1 scoop, 1.5 scoops, or 2 scoops, they give you the dosages of all of your ingredients there. So for 1 scoop, the main ones that I quite enjoy is going to be my alpha GPC at 300 milligrams. However, I do also supplement alpha GPC throughout the day occasionally. 200 milligrams of caffeine anhydrous, and then 100 milligrams of acetylcholine. So looking at both alpha GPC and acetylcholine, you're getting 2 different choline sources to hopefully help with the absorption. And then there also is huperzine in here at 200 mcg, but do your own research on your own pre-workout. Don't choose something that's too high stim for you. I also do have V1X from them as well as V1 Ultimate, and I am an ambassador for them. But I would not be promoting the products if I did not feel like it was something that I enjoyed or that I would take daily or trust putting in my body. Because I want to be here for a long time, not just a fun time. Then we can go to another item here, which is normally there for my walks to the gym while I'm lifting and just general use, which is my Sony WH-1000XM4s. Fantastic pair of noise cancelling headphones. They look great, battery life is there, and noise cancellation is absolutely fantastic, and I feel like they kind of help me when weights are slamming around me not to kind of go deaf or start losing my hearing, because I can just whip these bad boys on, turn on noise cancellation, and the sounds around me are somewhat dulled to just kind of protect my ears to an extent. That's, again, kind of stupid, but we only have one set of ears. I don't really want hearing aids, so premature hearing loss would suck. Then we go to a little pre-gym and post-gym. I use O'Keeffe's Working Hands Hand Cream, because my hands get terribly cracked sometimes, whether it's a combination of the chalk, the barbells, the knurling on them just tearing into my hands, and my hands trying to recover, or just me having dry skin in general. But I think that Working Hands helps to aid my hands in not cracking more by keeping them moisturized, so they're less likely to split if they do split, or if there's more play in it before the skin starts to tear. And I don't really want to keep bleeding everywhere, and it sucks during winter in Wisconsin. Then we can go to something, again, pre-gym, post-gym, or while I'm lifting, which is Astrolite by Glaxon Nutrition. This is in Juicy Apple. I do also have Citrus Splash over there, and I think that Citrus Splash is good, but Juicy Apple is great. Will V1 release a electrolyte at some point? I think it would be cool, but Glaxon, I've been testing out some of their products. Astrolite, absolutely amazing. For it, just for a quick little breakdown of the ingredient, per serving, there's 45 servings in here. We're talking 248, we can just call it 250 milligrams of potassium, 360 milligrams of sodium, and 561 milligrams of chloride. I don't know why, but it's literally sodium chloride. It's just like the distribution of each one within there. And then magnesium, we're talking 111 milligrams. Flavor is absolutely great, and we do spend a lot of the time in the sauna or doing cardio occasionally. So this kind of just helps to replenish any lost electrolytes, help me feel good, and help the recovery be there. As well as it makes your water delicious. So more hydration, the better. First, we can get to the gym bag here. We've got a nice, like, really small Under Armour duffel bag. Will it be replaced at some point in the near future? Maybe, probably, who knows. It wasn't the highest quality to begin with, but it was a present from my mom when I left for college. It's holding up decently, however there are some snags, there's some tears, and the material is not necessarily that durable, so it is what it is. But we're just going to get it unpacked and talk about the items in here as I remove them. So one of my more recent pickups, which is the Hundo ones in their white colorway. This is before they did the recent update on them to make them more durable with better adhesives. But for their functional use case, I think it's fantastic. I wear them for benching. I wear them for a lot of just general lifts and general accessory movements. I have squatted a decent bit in them, but I have decently switched to something else for squats, which will be present later on in the bag. If you want something minimalist and specifically for the gym, I think the Hundo ones are better than stuff from Notorious Lift, but I think the use cases are all dependent, as it will be seen later. But I absolutely do not regret buying these. For the price point, they've been fantastic. Durability's been great. They're a little dirty, though. Then, I said that it was all use case for them. I don't like deadlifting in the Hundo ones because I do like a little bit more lockdown. I think the grip is absolutely there, but the Notorious Lift Sumo Sole Gen 2.5s, I feel like, have a better grip to my, they fit better to my foot in the application of deadlift, where I do deadlift sumo, so I'm putting a lot more lateral force on it. And I think that the addition of the rubber on the side just kind of helps keep my foot in place. As well as I did size down in these, so it's less spacious, and I'm relying less on the strap and more of the shoe overall. And then I think that having the lack of cushion in here, as opposed to the Hundo ones, and everything being very, very minimal, just gives me the most ground feel and helps me feel the best when I'm lifting. Then we get to the thing that replaced the Hundos as my squat shoe, which is the Nike Romaleo 4 SEs in, I believe, the crimson pink colorway. So I've been having a lot of issues with my hips on squats as well as lower back. Once I switched to these, I did notice this stop happening, but I think that it might just be anecdotal because around the time that I did switch to them was around the wrapping up of last semester for me. So it could have been a combination of better quality foods, more sleep, less stress, and everything working synergistically together to aid in my ability to come back in the squats. Now, since I am a little power lifter, some of these are more specific to powerlifting, and based on your fitness application, you might want to change them. For example, a lot of these items wouldn't be as good for CrossFit due to the lack of mobility that some of them bring. But we have my wrist straps of choice, which are the Stoic wrist straps, and I believe they're 24 to 28 inches in the white colorway. I think they've been absolutely fantastic on bench. They have fantastic customer support, and the durability is there. Initially, when I bought my first pair, there was a seam popped in the Velcro. Right off the bat, emailed customer support. They instantly sent over another pair. They let me keep the old pair, so I've got a backup just in case. And this new pair is still covered by warranty. So, no complaints there. Love you, Stoic. Then we get into another item, Stoic, which is my knee sleeves. These are probably one of the items in my bag with with pretty high amount of use and wear because I do normally squat twice a week. These boys get dank. I've cleaned them a few times, but they get absolutely disgusting. I think that they're on par with the SPD knee sleeves in my opinion. But you're looking at the price point, the durability. Well, at least the price point is there, the customer service is there. Durability, from what I've seen, they're both very, very durable. But compared to the Inzer Ergo Pro knee sleeves, they might not be to that level, but they're way more durable and they're way more comfortable. It should be worth noting, I also don't size down in my knee sleeves, like a lot of people do, to try and get a competitive edge. I would rather just have something that's easier to get on and off and provides me with the ability to warm up my knees faster and have a little bit extra bit of security in my mind whether or not it's actually there while I'm lifting. Then we get into a controversial one where I have Rogue lifting straps. They're literally just made out of like cloth or nylon. Pretty sure it's nylon, but the primary purpose for these is for like volume rep work where I'm not concerned about grip being an issue, or for movements like rows, RDLs, and stuff like that, where grip might be a limiting factor, but I need to go up in weight in order to get the hypertrophy work that's needed from them. Lifting straps offer the ability to alleviate stress from my hands and not let my hands split any more than they do, while also allowing me to actually work the muscle that's intended by the lift and not just my grip giving out first. Then we get into two little containers in my bag where I normally keep at least one of these has protein powder in it from V1, which is V1 Pro. In this case, this is the chocolate chip banana bread in an old matcha tin. And then we have this one, which is normally my electrolytes, and I will just put it in a bag, pop it into my drink right before we go into the sauna or right after the sauna, consume it, so I can replenish. It's easier than keeping around a big tub and takes up less space. Speaking of the sauna, I do have a little padlock from Master Lock in here. Is it secure? God no, but is it portable and does it do the job of allowing me to lock my stuff in the locker so people can't steal it, hopefully, while I'm in the sauna? Yes. Then we go into a little legacy item here, which is a speed rope from my dad from when he was in the Air Force. I keep this with me if I'm doing cardio, I want a quick warm-up. And should I switch it out at some point to something a little more durable, less heritage, and more replaceable, at least when it comes to the ropes? Yes, I probably will. RPM jump ropes look great. There's also a lot of good jump ropes on the marketplace, so I'll probably switch to one of those at some point. Then we have the last item in here, which is my baby, and it is my ungodly expensive and questionable use case SPD lever belt. So, SPD lever belts. It took a while for it to restock, and I feel like the use case for them is kind of questionable if you don't have multiple people wearing the belt. Because realistically, if we look at the usable adjustments here, we have probably about a 6-inch strip of adjustments. Unless you're someone that wants your belt low for squat and your belt high for deadlifts, so we're talking closer to your hips and higher on your back, I could maybe see the use case for this to where it is kind of allowing you to cover all of those range quite easily. But it is extremely expensive. It is extremely durable, and I love it. But prior to this, I was using a hard body belt with a Pioneer adjustable lever belt. And I feel like the functional use case applications to them were the same. I think that a Pioneer belt would have been more efficacious than the hard body belt, just in terms of having a full grain leather that is not suede and might last you slightly better, but I don't regret the belt and I absolutely loved it when I was using it. But I think using the Pioneer adjustable lever belt, you still get the same functionality of being able to lift with a hoodie on or something, take off the hoodie, then you can just get it easily adjusted to where it still fits well. And I think that the Pioneer adjustable lever belt allows for micro adjustments that might actually be more beneficial to you. Because if the belt's slightly too tight or slightly too loose, generally you can just move it over one notch instead of this one, where the shortest adjustment goes from here to there, and the notch increment is about like half-inch, quarter-inch, something like that. Where I think the PAL gives you more fine-tuned adjustments. With that being said, if I am doing a run or cardio, I do have Saucony Endorphin Speed 2s, I believe, and those are elsewhere off of this frame. Or for more general and long-term cardio, I also do have Hoka Kawanas in like a cool creamsicle kind of colorway, and I use that for more general fitness, like if I'm going for a walk, if I'm going to do Stairmaster, I'm going to do sustained cardio that I don't necessarily care about the pace for. I will rock those bad boys. If I am doing CrossFit and functional fitness training, I do have actually I took my Metcons back home and left them there, but I do have the Rad ones in one of their release colorways, being the white and lime. Away from that, that's pretty much everything I'm bringing with me to the gym, or that I use relating to the gym. Editor Gabe here after the fact, where I did notice that I skipped hydration. So with that being said, I will either use Helix or I will use this Yeti water bottle. Generally, if I know that we're going to go to the sauna for that day, I will bring the Yeti, just because I don't want to be drinking water out of heated plastics, because I think that could have some long-term and maybe not desired side effects down the road. I don't necessarily want to be the one to figure out what that is, but with that being said, stay hydrated. Let's get back to the video. Do I think that you really need any of this in order to powerlift or to be involved in the fitness community at all? No, not in the slightest. I think that you could do completely fine without any of this. Start your fitness journey, assess what your weak points might be or where you feel like you need supplementation, whether it be through a physical means, meaning like belt, knee sleeve, wrist wraps, stuff like that, and address issues as they pop up. Or whether it be nutritionally, where you're taking for your workout, you're taking electrolytes, you're consuming protein, and stuff like that to help your recovery, to help your lift, or to help your warm up to the lift. But I hope you guys learned some takeaways. Check out anything you want in the description. Let me know if there's anything that I should check out, or that you think I could get a better version of, or a similar version for the same price point. Or if you want to do some comparisons on anything, let me know. I hope you guys have a great day. That being said, go lift.